jumping on here as a very nervous wreck to talk about endometriosis, something that I don't know a lot about, and I will be open and honest about that. I'm definitely not a doctor. I'm just a person that suffers with this disease, and I'm going through basically today to help anyone who is struggling or suffering with this disease sort of go through a little bit about my journey today, what I've experienced the last few years, and hopefully make a few people feel a little bit better. I will be honest, guys, I'm so nervous. I don't even know where to start. I was reading through all your comments yesterday and it was so overwhelming. Something that I noticed a lot about the comments around endometriosis is that people are scared. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it gets diagnosed, how it gets diagnosed, what it even is. So I really encourage everyone who is listening today to do your own research on endometriosis, but I'm going to start from, thank you, someone just said don't be nervous, thank you guys. I'm going to start from the start. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I knew I had this, or how I found out I had this, and what my symptoms were. Because, okay, the first question, and a lot of the one I got asked the most was, how do you even know you have it? So basically, again, I'm not a doctor, but what I am going to say is my own experience. So let's go back to when I was 15, 16 years old. I had, there's a bird behind me. I had the worst period pains. By the way, guys, I will give too much information here. So if you're not ready for it, you've got little kids around. So I had the worst period pains in the world growing up. I would sit there and I would rub my legs in class. I would have to bring a heat pack that I would warm in the microwave at school, put it on my stomach. I would have to take days off. I used to dread walking up and down the stairs because it would be in so much pain. I'd have to have my mum rub my back. I'd have to rub my stomach. I was nauseous. I didn't want to do sports. I played basketball my whole life. So I went to the doctors, and I remember I went to a male doctor, and he said, oh, look, we're going to put you on birth control. You might have endometriosis. Look, this is quite serious. He said to me, you know, you might not be able to have kids, you know, really freaked me out. And I just remember going back, and I didn't hear anything else he said. I will be honest. I didn't hear anything else this doctor said to me. I went home and I was crying. I was like, oh, I can't have kids. My mum's like, what do you mean? Who told you can't have kids? I was like, you know, the doctor said I can't have kids. She's like, don't be silly. Like, you're just so young. So anyway, I went on birth control. And I remember I got to 22, 23 years old, I think 22, 2013. I started getting cysts. So I was cysts that would burst, really painful periods. I was just so lost. I don't know. So I went to the doctors, a female doctor, and she said to me, look, I think you have endometriosis. I'm not sure, but the only way to tell, now guys, if you are tuning into this, please listen. I don't know. Yes, I will save this life. I don't know what technology there is in the world, but in Australia, you cannot tell someone they have endometriosis as a diagnosis without doing a surgery called a laparoscopy. So this surgery is where they, and I'll just top line because I'm, again, not a surgeon. What I understand is you go in, you go under. They use 3 ports, so they'll use your belly button, something a little bit lower down here, and off to the side. They'll put their instruments in there and they will have a look. If you don't have endo, obviously, close yourself back up, you wake up, you don't have endometriosis, which is what happened to my sister. So she went under, they checked, she didn't have anything, they woke her back up and said, look, I think you've got, you know, you might be celiac or something, but you don't have endo. For me, oh, sorry, let me go back to what I was saying. So this is what I mean, I'm going to go off topic. So that's how you find out you have endo. So they actually have to physically go in and check. You cannot get a scan for it. So someone can tell you might have it, but you need to have a surgery to confirm. Okay, so let's just put it out there. So if you say, I have endo, but you haven't had the surgery, you don't know you have endo. Okay, so I found out I had endo once I had the surgery. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about my doctor, who is incredible. So I went to see this lady. I had no idea. Sat down in front of her. Her name is Dr. Willison. Now, if anyone is in Adelaide, or if anyone wants to fly to South Australia, and I'll tell you why you'll be flying to South Australia for this. I sat down in front of her and she said, I specialize in a single port. And I said, what does that mean? She said, I don't go lower, I don't go to the side, I do single port. So just through your belly button. This is something new that I've started doing. So she's from, it's her initials, so F, and she doesn't mind me doing this. And this is not sponsored. I didn't get my surgery for free or anything like that. I just think she's incredible, okay? So FBW Gynecology, so it's opposite Ashford Hospital. Her name is Dr. Willison, Bernie Willison. Anyway, write that down, guys, because that's important. And I was like, you know, if I don't have to have, you know, a port here and a port here, why not? Why wouldn't I just go through my belly button? So that's what she did the first time. So I woke up, she said that I had endometriosis. Okay. I said, what do I do? Can I get pregnant? She said, don't freak out. Like, yes, you can. So I thought it'd be a great idea to put that I had endometriosis online. Now, I was 22. I just started out, you know, with my business, and I thought that people would be supportive. And they were. They were like, thank you so much for sharing this. Again, I didn't have that many followers, not as much as I have now, that's for sure. But then a lot of people were like, yo, you're not going to be able to get pregnant, and you need to change your diet. You need to change your lifestyle. I was like, I am the healthiest person. Like, and not in a way that I'm like, I cut out carbs. I eat a Mediterranean diet, which means like, you know, beautiful Greek homegrown food. I don't cut out anything. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I don't have any stresses. What do you mean? Like, I need to change my lifestyle? I was freaking out. Then it came, you're not going to be able to get pregnant. You just wait, you won't be able to get pregnant. So I freaked out. I took down the image. I took down everything about it. I didn't want to talk about it. When people asked me to be spokespeople for it, I said no. I said, I don't want to be the spokesperson for this. I don't have it as bad as, you know, I've got a friend called Thessie, and she's got it. If you guys follow Thessie, she's the owner of Sabo Skirt. She has it really bad, and I was like, I don't want to be the spokesperson. I don't have it. I've got a moderate. I don't have it as bad as her. So I freaked out. I did shut off. That's why I didn't talk about it, because people were like, you're not going to be able to get pregnant. Anyway, I was so grateful for anyone who is thinking right now they've got endo and they think they can't get pregnant. You have no idea. When I found out I was pregnant with Anna, I was honestly, the whole time I was honest to God, I thought I was going to lose her. I was like, because I've got endo, I'll lose my baby. Like, I'll lose her. I don't know why. Anyway, I had Anna, and I was so grateful. And then let's go. So we're 2 years. We've got 2 years to go. So Anna's 2. So after I had Anna, I felt like my body wasn't mine, and I did do a big series about this. I felt like my body wasn't mine. You know, I was uncomfortable. I had a cesarean. And I just thought for 2 years it was a result of having Anna. So I kept blaming Anna for a lot of things. So I had like heavy bleeding or like painful, like my legs again. And I totally forgot about endometriosis. I know this sounds stupid, but like, I forgot. The surgery I had was in 2013. Why would I have it again? I thought it was gone away. This is all because of Anna. I honestly thought Anna has caused all these problems in my body. So anyway, let's go for this is the last 12 months. I'm at work. I'm trying to work. I'm in the middle of doing burpees at a shoot, and I feel something twinge in my stomach, and it's a very slow like build up. I was like, I sort of stopped, and I was like, I think I did something to my stomach. I think I did something. And I was like, I just need to sit down. Everyone's like, you're right. I'm like, I think I tore a muscle. I don't know what's going on. I've never done this before in my life. And I kept saying, I've never done this. I've never felt this. I had felt it, but I just forgot. I was on the ground. I was in crippling pain. And I was like, is this what labor pains feel like? Like, what is going on? Like, I can't. Anyway, so confused. I ended up going to hospital, and I ended up with a burst cyst. Okay, this was one of 4 cysts. Now, if you've ever had a burst cyst before, it is the worst pain. Like, you have no idea what's going on. You're not doing anything in particular. Yes, I was doing burpees at the time, but the other 3 that happened, I was literally just sitting in meetings, and I suddenly had to go onto the floor. So I'm in this crippling pain. I'm in the hospital, and the lady said to me, you don't have endometriosis or anything like that? I said, yeah, I had it, but I don't have it. And I was like, why am I being stupid? Do I have endometriosis? I do have endometriosis. Anyway, so after the 4 cysts, I was fed up. I was totally fed up. I was sick of it. I went, looked up, I forgot my doctor's name. I will be honest. I forgot my doctor's name, and I looked up single port. I don't know what I was doing. I was like, stuff this. I went to my normal GP, and I was like, okay, you referred me to a doctor. Who was that lady? Because she did single port surgery through my belly button. And I want to go see her again. So there I am. I find myself back in her rooms. She remembers me. And not because I was Kayla Itsines, she just remembers me because I was one of the first patients that she had done the single, I don't know if you want to call it single incision or single port, whatever you call, through the belly button. She said, how are you going? I said, I'm going good. And I remember sitting there. Now, this is really important, guys, because I remember sitting there. I said, look, I have 4 birth cysts. Now, I never had those before. I never had this. I never had that. And I've got all this pain and I'm in agony. She looked up in the system and she said, Kayla, you did have that before. Like, you came to me with that. And I said, no, I didn't. She said, yes, you did have birth cysts. Like, that's why you came in the first time. I had no idea. I totally forgot. All right, so let's bring it to present day. So she said, time for a second surgery. I said, fine. And she goes, do you remember anything from your first surgery? And I said, yes, I remember. And I don't mean to put anyone off, but I'm going to be really honest with this. I said, I remember leaving hospital and saying, I will never do this ever again. Ever. I will never, ever do this again. I have never been in so much pain in my entire life. I never want to do it again. Okay, I'm not being dramatic. So what happened last time is I woke up from surgery, and it's not your surgeon's fault. My surgeon's beautiful, and it's not the anesthetist's fault, but it's kind of my body. I don't know. I woke up from surgery and no one told me about gas pains. Okay. Now, when I say gas pains, you guys think like bloating, farting, that sort of pain. I'm not talking about that. When they do the surgery, they pump your body with gas so they can see what's going on, and then the gas just sort of disperses throughout your body. What they don't tell you is that it gets trapped. Okay, so it gets trapped in your neck, in your shoulders, in your shoulder blades, in your chest. So every time you take a breath in, you feel like you can't breathe. Have you ever been walking and you're just like, oh my God, this is how I die? Under your ribs, this is how I die. Imagine that. I had that for like 72 hours. It is the worst pain, and you can't do anything. You can't stand up straight. You cannot walk. And I was so confused. Imagine if no one told you. So I woke up from this surgery in 2013 and I was like, I can't breathe. Like, I literally can't breathe. So dramatic, but like my pain tolerance then, I don't know. Okay, so everyone, okay, I'm reading the comments. The worst pain, the worst pain, the worst pain. Okay, so I'm not being dramatic. It is literally the worst pain. So, present day, I said to the anesthetist, he said, can I do anything for you? And I said, you make sure that gas is out of my shoulders. That gas is out of my body. I don't want to feel that pain when I get up. Okay. But anyway, so I will talk you through the day of my surgery. And everyone, I see your comments. It's so painful. Right, so the day of my surgery. So if anyone is interested in how it goes down, this is exactly what happens. And I'm going to be so open and so honest. And I will get to the treadmill thing in a second. But I think some people know why I was on the treadmill. So the day of my surgery, I have eaten nothing the night before. So you've eaten nothing the night before. I go in, I'm the first patient. So I'm actually the second patient. And then the nurse comes in to me and says, this lady has either not shown up or I don't know, something. She was feeling unwell. So you're first on the list now. So it was 7:30 in the morning. I was like, great. Like, I don't even feel hungry yet. Like, I normally eat at like 8 o'clock. So all good. I'll just be the first person. So I gone in. Everyone is so nice. They put you in that blue gown. And I lay down on the bed, and the anaesthetist makes a joke about my weight. He says, I weigh way more than I do. And I'm trying to say to him, no, I don't. I weigh this much. And he goes, oh, so you weigh this much? I know I weigh this much. And he's trying to put me to sleep. So he's like trying to make a joke. But I'm like, this isn't funny while I'm trying to go to sleep. Because I said to him, I love it. Like, I love a nice nap. So he's trying to stress me out. And the nurses are saying, don't worry, he's just joking, whatever. So anyway, I go to sleep kind of laughing because I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'm going to wake up. I know what sort of pain I'm going to be in. It's going to be that annoying gas pain. All good. So I go to sleep. I wake back up, and the surgeon says something to me. She says, it's okay. And then I'm out of it. Okay. So I've woken up feeling very groggy. So it's the first, they speak to you twice. And the first one you never really remember, but I try to really hard understand what she was saying. So I was like, do I have endometriosis? I remember her saying yes, and then something else, and then me going back to sleep. The next time I woke up, I was in recovery, and I spoke to a nurse, and the first thing I said was, my stomach hurts. She was like, okay, darling, it's okay. It's okay. And I said, I feel sick. I kept saying, I feel sick. This was not like the first time. First time I woke up and I was kind of okay. This time I was sick. I was like, I feel sick. I'm going to throw up. My stomach hurts. That's all I could say. I was very out of it. She's like, that's okay. So she, in my drip, that you have a drip in your arm, she has put some anti-nausea stuff, some pain medication, and I sort of started feeling better, but I was like, God, I'm in a lot of pain. I found out I have something else. Someone said excision or ablation. For this question that I'm about, I'll answer that later. So what you're asking me is if they cut it out or they burnt it out. I'll answer that after. So I also have this thing called, I'm going to say this wrong, adenomyosis. So I know a lot of people are asking about that as well. Please just correct me. I'm not a doctor, but I'm also not dumb. I just forgot how to say it. So it's where a tissue like grows into your uterus. Please just do your own research. I need to do some more research. I'm trying to wrap my head around what this is. So I've got endometriosis and that adenomyosis, that as well. So I found out I had that, which is great. So I'm feeling very, very sick. I'm in the hospital, guys. I'm still in the morning. I'm feeling very, very sick. I'm feeling very, very nauseous, and I'm in a lot of pain. Now, I said to the doctor, and this is going into too much detail, but I will tell you everything. I said to the doctor, do I have a catheter? Can I just wee? She said, no. She said, if you would like to go to the toilet, we're going to have to take off. I woke up with also leg massaging things on as well, just to get the circulation and these socks and whatever. And she said, if you would like to go to the toilet, you'll have to get up out of bed and we will have to unplug everything and I'll have to walk you to the bathroom. I looked over at the fluids and I said, is that working? Because I need lots of fluids. She goes, we're going to give you 50 mils an hour. And I was like, I want a litre an hour. I want you to pump me with fluids. I need you to get this stuff out of my body. Adenomyosis, the endometrium grows into the muscle of the uterus rather than just lining the inside. So I'll read that again. Adenomyosis, the endometrium grows into the muscle of the uterus rather than just the lining inside. And that, thank you, Hannah. So that's what it is. Thank you. So I was really sad because I was like, I just am so thirsty. So if you're in the hospital and they will give you more fluids, like just ask for it, because they wouldn't do it to me. I don't know why. So I was like, fine, if you won't give me fluids, then I will drink my own. So I had a drink bottle next to me and she's like, you can slowly sip at your water. Well, I was thirsty, okay? So I drank a lot of water and then I had to throw up. And if you've ever had a surgery in your stomach and you have to throw up, it is the worst pain. Okay, so just listen to the doctor, and don't scar water like me. But I was so thirsty. My mouth was so dry. I couldn't eat anything, and I was so lethargic. Now, this 12 hours was the worst 12 hours of my life. I was so lethargic. There was a TV in front of me. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't even focus on anything. I kept going in and out of sleep. I was so nauseous, sick. I will not lie and sugarcoat this surgery. It is crap. I hated it. Okay, I hated those first 12 hours in the hospital. I would actually rather, if you can, have a night surgery and just sleep. Because like, God, you're in and out like all during the day. So it got to like, I was sick all day. I went to try and eat a carrot, choked because my mouth was so dry. Anyway, so I was not going to stuff up from last time. Okay, so last time I was literally, I haven't done my pants up. I was literally hunched over like this for like 3 days because of the gas pains. So at 8 o'clock at night, I woke up from my deep sleep. And I was, my bag had run out. So I said to the lady, I know this is bad. Again, I'm going to get in trouble. I was watching how she like unclipped me when I wanted to go to the toilet other times. So I did the same thing. Don't do this. I unclipped myself. She came in, she was very angry at me. She was like, don't unclip that. I have to unclip it for you. I was like, I had to pee. I'm really sorry. And you were taking too long. I was going to weed the bed. So I unclipped myself, took off the leg things. I was like, don't need the bag anymore. I went to the bathroom. And I felt great after I could actually do that myself. But you just lying there relying on someone to lift you out of bed is just... Anyway, so I went to sleep at around 1 o'clock in the morning, and someone just said it's crazy how much you and Leah sound the same. Thank you. I went to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up the next day and I learnt my lesson because I did not want to feel those gas pains. Now the nurse said to me, if you can, do some laps of the hallway, slow walking. Okay, remember this, slow walking. Remember that treadmill? Slow walking, just to get the gas out. So I started doing this thing called YTW, okay? It's an exercise move and it's exactly what it sounds like. YTW. I got up from the bed, sat myself up, I stood up, I was shaking, and I just, or you can sit on the side of your bed, do Y, go T, go W. Move that gas out of your shoulders, okay? Then try and get yourself up really slowly and go for a walk, okay? So I did that in the morning and I felt a lot better. Things that you need to take to the hospital. Now, if you're listening to this, you haven't had this surgery yet, get a notepad, okay? Things you need at the hospital. You need a heat bag if you can, or heat patches, anything you can put on your body that will stop the heat in your neck. Menstrual rub or a deep heat or anything else that you can find, a cooling rub, any warm, cool rub, whatever you can find, rub it all over your neck when you wake up. Get someone to do it for you, okay? Because the pain is so bad and that helps. Get peppermint tea, okay? Anything that will degas your body. Peppermint tea is amazing if you can stomach it. Make sure that you go for light, very slow walks, okay, after this surgery. The next day, I was in the worst pain, the shoulder pain. I felt like they had done nothing. I was like, cool, all that walking and whatever had done nothing. But I felt like when I started getting up and I started moving, so I got myself on the treadmill, which is what you saw. Got myself on the treadmill. I put it on 3. After around 3 or 4 days, the gas pain went away, and I started to feel a lot better, but I was nauseous. So I was on tablets, which can only be described as the same tablets that they give patients after they've had chemo for nausea. I was given those, and I was just taking them every 4 hours. I was, for some reason, this time the anesthetic really affected me, and it took a long time to get out of my body. No coffee, nothing. Just have water, guys. Just water and rest. Once a day or twice a day, go for a short 5-minute walk, and that's all I can recommend as a trainer. Someone just said, how was your first period after surgery? I haven't had one yet. So my surgery was only 14 days ago, and the first period after my surgery last time, I don't remember. I have no idea. I didn't even know I had endometriosis. I had no idea. This is what I mean. Like, I want you ladies, and the reason I'm on here is I want you ladies to look at me and be like, okay, she's fit, she's healthy, she's had a child, we got this, okay? Women are not poor and sad and we can't do anything and oh, poor us. Like, we're mums, we're boss, like, we got this. Like, it doesn't matter what, you know, your body type is, what size you are, what fitness level you're at. Like, anyone can get this. 1 in 10, okay? It's just bad luck. It's most likely, I don't know, probably genetic. My cousin has it, my aunties have it, my mum had a hysterectomy, my grandma had a hysterectomy, my sister luckily doesn't have it. Now I'm just going to answer some questions that are coming through. So guys, go through, if I haven't answered already. Oh, sorry. So before, someone said to me, did you have it burnt off? Did you have it cut off? Now I think this is really important. I don't want to answer this wrong, but I'm pretty sure you have to cut it out. You can't actually burn it out unless it's in a particular spot. You can burn it, and if it's a small lesion or something like that, you can burn it, but mine was cut out. Is that correct? I hope that's correct. Again, not a doctor, okay? A lot of people I noticed as well were saying they were undiagnosed for many years. If you can, get yourself a female doctor or someone who specializes, doesn't matter male or female, specializes in endometriosis, or and don't just go to a GP, go to a gynecologist as well. Can the cysts reappear? Yes, they can. Oh, okay. Do you use hormone therapy? Okay, so have I gone back on the pill? Okay, let's talk about the pill. The pill, I hate it. Okay, I will be honest. I haven't found a pill that doesn't make me feel like I'm nuts. I'm a very cool, calm. I don't meditate, but I'm a very cool, calm, and collected person. Nothing phases me. I don't really get angry. I'm very just. If I go on the pill, you do not want me to be a trainer that day, okay? Let's just leave it at that. Like, I can't. Charcoal tablets. Sorry, off the topic. I look nuts going back and forth. Charcoal tablets also really help with gas pains. I'm just reading your comments. Birth control makes me crazy. Yes, birth control is Satan. Yes, see, that's what I mean, okay? So you're meant to go on like a hormone therapy thing. I haven't done that. Does endometriosis go away? Can it be cured? No, not that I know of. There are a lot of amazing products out there. If you have any tips and tricks, motorbikes. We're done? Cool. If you have any tips for anyone, please leave them in the comments. I will be saving this live. Questions. Sorry, I'm just reading them. I look like I'm going back and forth, but I'm just reading questions. So did you have any problems getting pregnant? No, I didn't. Okay. So I guess I will call myself very lucky and very grateful that I did not. And that doesn't mean that if I have another baby, there won't be problems there. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was hard to get pregnant with Anna. Kelsey Wells. Hello, Kelsey Wells. Now, sorry guys, I'm just reading your comments and going through. Let me just recap on the whole thing. So this is my second surgery. I had it 14 days ago. Do you guys want to see my belly button? Should I show you? It's pretty it's kind of infected. So this is my pants mark, but there's my belly button. So it's been sewn back together. My doctor's actually amazing. She's incredible. So she doesn't, and also let me just say this before I come off. She said to me, if I need to, I will be using other ports. So she said, I will use your cesarean scar, and I will. So you might wake up with 3, but I'm going to aim for 1. And she did. So the sprinkler's going off. So she did it all in one, which is really good. When I asked her if it was mild or moderate or severe, she said, look, I would say more moderate. So I don't have, if you have more severe case, then that is super unfortunate, and I am so sorry, and I still don't want it to feel like I don't relate to you or this isn't relatable and she doesn't understand, because I get it. Like, I've trained so many women, I've heard this story so many times. Now the reason I didn't want 3 scars the second time is because, and nothing to do with like, I don't really care if I had a scar on my stomach. I tend to keloid scar. If you know what that means, then look it up, but I just didn't want to deal with it. So if you can have it in one, why not? So doctor's name, again, for the people asking, so just look up FBW, so Dr. Williston in Adelaide, FBW Gynecology. How long is your recovery time? So let's talk about recovery time. So she said to me 4 to 6 weeks. So no lifting, anything for 4 weeks. I will admit that Can you not water the fence when I'm on a live? Let's move. We're moving over here. She told me 4 to 6 weeks. So no lifting anything. I lifted Anna. So after a week I lifted Anna. And I will admit that. I'm sorry, I have a child. It says up, up, up. So I'm very grateful to have strong arm muscles, because I'm able to, as a trainer, sort of switch my core off a little bit and use more my back, which sucks, but I had to for the time. What else? What else do you want to know? What is the topic? Well, you tuned in too late, didn't you? It's endometriosis, but that's what we're talking about. Were the endometriosis symptoms worse before or after your pregnancy? After. I don't even remember. I feel like, let me say this right now. If you are sick when you get your period, that's not normal. If you have to take time off work because you are in excruciating pain, that's not normal. Period pain should be a light headache, a little bit like less energy, maybe some cravings for some food, not doubled over in excruciating pain. There is something wrong. I'm not saying you have to have endometriosis. I'm not saying that. You might be celiac. You might be lactose intolerant. There might be something going on with your body, but it's not normal to be in pain. It's not normal to be in pain when you're ovulating. It's not normal to be in excruciating pain when you have your period. Do you eat pizza? Really? Yes. Do you have methods that you're doing to prevent this? I have a good diet. I exercise. I will say I don't meditate, but I do sleep apps and things like that. This endometriosis isn't something that you get a surgery and it's fixed. It's everything, okay, to fix it. You need to be cool, calm, and collected. You need to meditate. You need to calm yourself. You need to have a great diet. You need to exercise. You also need to have balance in your life. And when I say diet, guys, doesn't mean cutting out things from your diet. It just means feeling good about the foods that you eat, having energy through the day. You can still have your coffee and your bread and your rice and your whatever, chocolate or whatever you want to eat. Do not cut them out. That's not what I say by diet. I'm just saying you need to feel good, okay? Endometriosis sucks, okay? But we just deal with it. It's not going anywhere. We need more research on it. Did the pill help with the pain? Yeah, it did help for 10 years, but I hate the pill and I can't believe the person that I was when I was on it. Has anyone ever got off the pill and just been like, wow, I didn't realize how calm I was, and the pill caused me a lot of anxiety that I just thought was normal? That's what I thought. If you're on the pill and you have anxiety, maybe get off and try something else, because I literally got off the pill and I was like, this is me. See? Everyone agreeing with me. See? All right. So how many hours was the surgery? I'm not sure. Maybe 1.5. All right, guys, look. If you have any tips, please write them. If you have any tips, please write them to other women. If you have something to say to other women who are struggling, please write them write the tips in the comments. If you have some kind words, please write them as well. I just want you guys to be able to support and inspire and encourage each other. This is hard. It's so hard. I can hear my daughter crying. I'm gonna go because Anna's more important, and I've left her with Leah. I'll leave her with Leah and look what happens. Honestly, she just cries when people say, bye bye, Anna. They're probably leaving, and my mum's just there and she's going, no. Oh, she's crying. All right, guys, I gotta go. Thank you for listening to my talk on endometriosis, my experience with it. Please make sure that you guys are, if you're having this surgery, remember what I said, go back in this video, I will be saving it. Make sure you have your heat pack, make sure you have your peppermint tea, make sure you have your charcoal tablets, make sure you have your rubs for your gas pains, make sure you go for walks, okay? Again, I did not want to be on that treadmill, but I got on there because I did not want those gas pains in my shoulder. They are so painful. This surgery is so painful, but it's so painful for like a week, okay? It's a week of your life. Get checked, go see your doctor. If you want, you can call up my doctor's place. No matter where you are in the world, they'll be happy to talk to you. Is FBW. This is not sponsored gynecology. FBW gynecology. Dr. Willison will be more than happy to talk you through. She is an expert. She is fantastic. She scares me a little bit, but I love her so much. So please, 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 you should not be in pain Okay, I want you to be able to, and I've only come on here because I'm your trainer, okay? I'm your trainer. I want you to be able to work out. I want you to be able to eat a healthy diet. I want you to be able to enjoy exercise, enjoy life, enjoy your family. I want you to have all these things that you deserve to have, and you don't need to suffer with this, okay? So if you need to have your surgery, get it done, all right? Get a doctor who specializes in endo, get a gynecologist that specializes in endo. Do your research, okay? Again, endometriosis and adenomyosis or whatever. I should have read that 1,000 times before I came on here. But those are the two things that I had. There are so many places you can go. I will be back working out as soon as I can. In terms of workouts, guys, I'm just doing the bare minimum. Walking, sitting, doing maybe some bicep curls and shoulder raises. I'm not doing any weights whatsoever for the next few weeks. But I will be posting content that I have pre-filmed for you. So there is something for everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I will definitely be saving this live. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing night, wherever you are. And I'm going to go and play with Anna, and I'll probably come back on live to show you her in her happy little state because she's crying right now. All right, guys. Thank you so much.